Ever wonder what really happens when HR gets that dreaded email? We need to open an investigation? Is it like a scene from Suits? A secret meeting behind closed doors? Or just endless paperwork? The truth is, workplace investigations are where HR gets real, and how they're handled can make or break trust, culture, and even your company's future. Today, we're diving deep into the world of workplace investigations to uncover the truth about what happens behind the scenes. From gathering evidence to final reports, we'll explore every step of the process. And trust me, understanding this can make a huge difference in how you approach your own asset challenges. Ready to peek behind the curtain? Let's get started. First up, what exactly triggers a workplace investigation? Imagine this. An employee files a complaint about harassment, or a colleague reports suspicious behavior. These events are just the tip of the iceberg. But what happens next? Companies need to take these complaints seriously. Ignoring them can lead to legal troubles, not to mention a toxic work environment. In most cases, a designated investigator is brought in, often an HR professional or an external consultant. Their job is to assess the situation and gather facts without bias. So what's the first step in the process? It starts with interviews. The investigator will speak with the complainant, the accused, and any potential witnesses. This part can feel a bit like a detective show. Everyone's a suspect, and the investigator is gathering clues. But here's where it gets interesting. During these interviews, emotions can run high. People may feel scared, relieved, or even defensive. To handle this, skilled investigators must remain neutral and create a safe space for dialogue. Now, how do they ensure that everyone feels comfortable sharing their side? One technique is to establish ground rules upfront. For example, explaining that the meeting will be confidential can help ease nerves. And here's a curveball. Sometimes investigators use humor to break the ice. It sounds odd, but a light-hearted remark can decrease tension and open up communication. Once the interviews are done, the next step is collecting documents and other evidence. This phase can feel tedious, but it's crucial for building a solid case. Imagine going into a court of law without enough evidence. Your case could crumble faster than a house of cards. Investigators scour emails, performance reviews, and even social media posts. This evidence can support or contradict testimony and shine light on the situation. Having clear documentation can make all the difference. So, what happens next? The investigator compiles all this information into a report. This document summarizes findings, includes relevant evidence, and offers recommendations. But here's a key point. A good report is neutral and objective, not biased. It's essential for maintaining integrity in the workplace. Now, let's talk about what happens after the report is submitted. The findings are presented, and while it might seem straightforward, the aftermath can get complicated. Employers must take action based on the recommendations, but how do they handle it delicately? This is when it's vital to manage communication with all parties involved. Transparency can be your best friend, but finding the right balance can feel like walking a tightrope. A well-handled communication strategy not only addresses concerns but also reinforces trust in the process. And here's a thought. Have you ever considered how workplace culture affects these investigations? When a culture is open and supportive, employees are more likely to come forward with concerns. This can drastically change the outcome of an investigation. Now, let's dive into some common pitfalls. Sometimes, investigations can be biased, whether intentional or not. For this reason, it's critical to use diverse teams to investigate complaints. Involving multiple perspectives can help prevent bias and foster fairness. Ever heard the saying, "Two heads are better than one"? This couldn't be truer in workplace investigations. As we wrap up the core of our discussion, let's look ahead. What recent changes are shaping workplace investigations today? The rise of remote work, for one. With virtual teams becoming commonplace, investigations need to adapt to this new landscape. Investigators might need to rely more heavily on digital evidence, think video calls and online chats, which adds a new layer of complexity. Now picture this, you're responsible for guiding your organization through this changing landscape. How prepared are you? Feeling that urgency yet? We have only scratched the surface of this topic. Stick around because the best is yet to come. As we've explored the depths of workplace investigations today, remember that knowledge is power. Understanding the intricacies can arm you with the tools necessary to create a better work environment. What was your biggest takeaway from today's video? Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you found the information useful, make sure to hit that like button and share it with your colleagues. Every interaction helps bring these important discussions to light. Until next time, keep questioning, keep investigating, and stay tuned for more insights into the world of HR.